Alrighty kids, this is a boring video today. Just going to show you guys how to really get involved with the development process. First steps first. Where is it? This is where you need to be. qt.nokia.com. If you need to put it on HD mode, you can see the address, do so. This is where you need to get your information from. What you need is the SDK. Not the libraries, not anything else. Right now we're working off the SDK exclusively. So you need to go ahead, download that. It's not too hard to find. Bada bing, bada boom. You want the 32-bit. You can get it on Windows, kind of pointless right now unless you're a Windows dev whom we love long time because you're going to help us get our Windows builds going. Otherwise you want the Linux 32-bit. Oakley dokley. So you need to download and install that. That's not going to be shown here because it takes a while. Anyways, boom, so that's done. Fast forward in time to one of these. Where the heck is it? Oh really, I promise. Oh, it's already open. Anyways, so here is what the IDE looks like when you first start it up, blah 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 blah, examples and other things, which will, I'd encourage you to check out because at some point you're actually going to need to understand how all of this stuff works. They have basically everything you need for Qt, but specifically there's some QML stuff in here under the Qt quick examples, so make a note of that. These are the C++ examples, these are the QML examples, so these are really what the UI designers need to kind of check out. There's all kinds of stuff in here, from list views to mouse area control to components. Here's one example. I'll just open up real fast. Bada bing, bada boom. Targets. This is something that's important. On Linux, we have multiple targets that we can enable. Harmattan's basically the new MeeGo, the 950 devices. Qt Simulator is a whole host of stuff, not limited to, but including Mamio the N900, I think, but there's a whole ton of stuff in there. Anyways, so giving you guys the run through, bada bing, bada boom. Gonna hit finish. It's gonna start it up. It says, hey, I'm adding stuff automatically to help you out. Cool. Okay, so this is where the code and everything loads up. That's just kind of an idea. Anyways, I'm just gonna run this because we're gonna go through this. But this is just one example of a QML project right here, and it's running on N900 no less. Anyways, so that's one example of something you can do entirely in QML. Now, get rid of this, open a little bit of this, goodbye, goodbye. Okay, welcome to the code editor. The actual one, well, whatever, you get my point, we've already been here. Anywho, key points. This is where the whole project's going to be laid out depending on what you're working on. Now this is very, very important. In the profile, in the dot profile, I have some very specific things set up for desktop, for Fremantle, for Harmattan, and Mac OS X. Leave them alone, please. Why are they there, you may ask? Well, let's go over here to the Projects tab. This may look a little bit scary at first, but you really don't have to fuss with much, if anything, and later that you won't have to mess with anything. This is all you have to add for whatever you're doing. If you're running a desktop, the desktop one, for desktop. Remember the quotes, config, all caps, plus equals for desktop. If I switch over to my Harmattan build, you'll notice that I have the same thing, config for Harmattan. Qt Simulator, I actually have for Fremantle here. It could be something else, but that's just what was in my head. Anyways, so that's what, if you're having problems, make sure that that's there. Additional arguments, that's all you need. Bada bing, bada boom. Even if you're running it in debug or release, whatever mode you put it in, you need to add that. And you may be asking yourself, well, why? Well, because it makes a big difference. Okay, so here we're on the Qt Simulator Fremantle by default. Okay, you'll notice it says QML and it has the QML files included for a Fremantle build. So we're just going to run this real fast. Bada bing, bada boom. It has pre-information in there already. Oh, hey, look. Now we're running on the N900 simulator. Hey, look, we've got some data grids. Hey, okay, awesome. Anyways, this isn't properly sized because, hey, there's a lot of stuff to do and I don't have that kind of time. I've been deep in the code trying to get this whole bit arranged. Anyways, So, interesting thing to note about this, although I don't even know if we're going backwards in time, but we have a lot of different other devices we could actually test on. So it'll actually move it into an old Nokia E71, a Symbian Touch, Symbian non-touch. I have no experience with these devices, but apparently it will. Yeah, I don't have even key mapping tied into this yet, so yeah, it's not going to do a whole lot of anything. Anyways, goodbye. I will not be showing the Harmattan simulator because it sucks. I will be making a point, however, by switching to it. Switching. You notice the entire this little view over here changed, and instead of Fremantle, it now says Harmattan. One of the benefits of you making sure you're putting that in is because it'll make sure it switches over the included QML files contextually for what you're working on. So in QML, or in this directory, is where you can create an alternate scan or something like that, and it'll be loaded because it's basically, this is all the stuff for the N950. Now we're going to shift over to the desktop build, and now it says QML desktop. Why? Because it's for the desktop stuff. Now you actually notice I have the default skin here, and then I have another one that I'm working on called Noir. Anyways, long story short, just to show something different, well, this one is actually a little bit bigger, and it's styled bigger. The buttons are actually bigger in definition than the other stuff. You'll notice that, you'll notice that everything's bigger. I don't really need to explain much beyond that. This is also something cool I kind of like added in. I think it's a bug, but you can actually take everything away and then bring it all back. I'm DJing with Orbiter. Anyways, so hey, get your ass over here. Anyways, so long story short, there she is. That's essentially how you can jump in. If you have any questions, jump in IRC, but the gist of this is essentially that things have been made a lot easier for you to actually come in and set up your own, or set up, on the setup to start making user interfaces and things of that nature. Obviously, we're still having issues rendering data grids. That'll be something that gets fixed. I'm just happy I have pictures in them, to be honest, and nothing crashes. So yeah, there's that. You can actually see where I'm messing up because the size of this is not set by the style. I was just doing quick and dirty, so I just set it to what I had originally. But anywho, yeah, that's that. Right now, if you click on a media type that has nothing in it, it just doesn't do anything. It knows that you clicked it, but if you don't have anything, it doesn't go to the screen because I haven't set up a bunch of fake stuff. Anyway, das ist alles. Good day.